पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पक्ष्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वा गुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नः सार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So last time we completed second Mundaka, second canto. Any questions, clarifications, or you all see? Okay, I think it was pretty straightforward, pretty this thing.
Swamiji, one little small confirmation.
Yeah.
You know, last Friday we discussed this marriage and the wise person. You know, wise person having the prarabdha of marriage. Now there are two cases: is a marriage after self-knowledge and marriage before self-knowledge. Is there any difference?
In prarabdha?
Yeah, in the Drashtapalam.
Prarabdha is prarabdha. Before knowledge or after knowledge, it will come. The question is, do you take it as for yourself or you take it for the body, etc.? How you take it is what matters. See, at all times, the prarabdha affects the body. You meet some people. You have an interaction. It's all through the counter of the body, no? And mind. So up to body, mind, etc., prarabdha affects. Beyond that, no. So if your identification is with the self, then you will say body and mind is going through it, let it go through it. You may try to alleviate it also, why not? Is there a reason that because in prarabdha you must undergo some physical pain, that you should do nothing about it? No. Take a painkiller, take whatever works. No, nothing wrong in that. Before or after knowledge. So that way things will continue. Yeah. What your identification with is the question. Yeah. What are you identified with? Body and mind has to go through his prarabdha. Sometimes mind also. Some vague, funny desire will come up. Sometimes you look at your mind and wonder, where did this thing come up from? Really. It's so funny. You'll wonder whether it is you or not, you know. How did something like this come up? It came up. Why? Because that's the nature of the mind. And some things are directed through prarabdha. So through prarabdha, these things came in. Yeah. The funny desire. Why? Because for prarabdha to open up, you have to do some things also, you know. So these things come. That's okay. No big deal.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's why you'll find sometimes wise people going through some very foolish things, you know.
Yeah.
Some prarabdha working out, chalo, let it work out. In fact, since you are on the question of prarabdha, there are types of prarabdhas also. Prarabdha which is purely your own. And prarabdha because of other people also. Anyecha prarabdha it is called. Especially this affects everyone. But in other people you see it less. Classical case, I will say, couple got married. Let us say husband has a short life. But the wife has a prarabdha that she'll be married right till her end. Now these two prarabdhas cannot work out together. So there will be a compromise solution between the two. You know? One person will push the other person's life up. And the other person's fate of not being without a partner will be pulled down a little bit. Similarly, if a child is born, the child's prarabdha affects you also. I have seen in some cases where the child's prarabdha is to lose a parent early, and it has happened. Yeah. And of course, because the parent's life force is strong, then it won't be early, but it will be a little bit extended or something. For a wise person, this happens more. In a wise person's life, in a teacher's life, in a sadhu's life, this is more. Yeah. Like I found, according to astrologically, my life has got extended by 10 years. Astrologically speaking. We will see whether it works out or not. Okay. Why? Probably some kid is born who has a strong fate to have me as their teacher. So then I have to be there a bit longer. Na? Poor, yeah, poor kid to get a cranky old man as a teacher. I'm talking about 10-15 years down the line, you know.
Amiji, we can start planning for the Sadabhishekam.
I know. Oh, Shatabhishekam was given even before. This is after that, another 10 years, more than 10 years.
Kanagabhishekam.
Yeah. गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. Yeah. So, these things happen. Anyecha prarabdha it is called. Prarabdha because of somebody else. Your life is getting extended or shortened. Yeah. Then if you abuse your purushartha, your prarabdha will be cut short. I remember this lady you might know, parents got her married off thinking the guy will have, looked at the horoscope and all, guy has got a long life. And he is in his early 60s now. But for almost 50 years he has been smoking away. Heavy smoker. And good cook. Why? Because he wants to eat good food. What do you mean by good food? All the high fat stuff. Because that is what is tasty. No? Guy had a heart attack some time back. He has a heart attack a few days ago. He is admitted to the hospital and he has managed to smuggle cigarettes in and he is smoking. This is called abuse of prarabdha, abuse of your purushartha. So your prarabdha, even though you had a long life, by your own actions you are cutting it short. So remember, prarabdha etc. is not fixed. Nothing is fixed. Okay. It's like a matrix of action. Things can move forward and backward. It's never fixed. Yeah. You extend it, you shut it down. In today's world, I think everyone cuts down their prarabdha a little bit. Because who lives completely healthy life? Unless you are very much into yoga or something like that. No, very few people live healthy lives.
Swamiji, if prarabdha is fixed, purushartha would have no meaning.
Exactly.
To a good extent.
But the purushartha can work both ways, negatively also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I am trying to say. Yeah. Like I can't say I have a long life, therefore I will eat burgers and pizzas every day and live on wine and chocolates. I mean, it don't work. Yeah. You live healthy and then you see what happens. Yeah. Therefore, by nature, prarabdha thoda aage piche ho sakta. Can be a little bit more or less, and that's okay. That's fine. It's all within the manageable range. It's important to see that. Okay. Anyway, that much for Prarabdha, let it be. Now, the third Mundaka starts with one of the most famous examples. And in fact, Mundaka is known for this example. Okay? The example of the two birds. Let's see what he says. Dvasapurna Dvasuparnaha Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Vriksham Parivishchu Jate Tayor Anyaha Pipalam Swadu Attihi Anashnan Anyaha Abhichakashiti Dvasuparnau two birds. Sayujaha, they always are together. Okay, I'm back. Can you all hear me, see me? No. Can you all hear and see me? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back.
Now yes.
Yeah,
Yes, no.
yeah, okay. So he says two birds, Sayuja, always associated with each other. Sakhaya, they are known by the same name. Samanam Vriksham Parishu Jati. They are there on the same tree. Okay. What is this tree? Remember in Gita we had saw an Ashwatha tree, upside down and all that thing. Urdhva Moola Madha Shaka, not upside down. The roots are going up and below, that's all. So that tree, Samsara Vriksha, exactly. So that Vriksha, they are sitting. Same name. They are known by the same name. What is their name? I. Same name, I. Aham. And what happens? Teshu, one of them, okay, Pipalam Swadu Attihi, it's all eating all the fruits. Eating all the fruits. And the other, Anashnan Anya Abhichakashiti, Anya, the other one. Anashnan, not eating, Abhichakashi iti. It is only witnessing. Okay. So it looks as though there are two entities here. One is I, the Ahankara, the Jiva. You will say I, no? And the other is I, the Atma, the consciousness. I, both cases. Both are I only. What does one do? Karma, karma phalam bhokte. And the other witnesses the whole thing. At what time? Right now. Right now. Also karma, karma phalam, to take this class, so many people are interested in learning. I got so many people interested in learning karma, karma phalam. Therefore, I am teaching. Who is teaching? Not the all-pervading consciousness. The person is teaching. And what is the consciousness doing right now? Witnessing. Witnessing the body and mind teaching. Yeah, out of ignorance, we take the body and mind as me. If you take the body and mind as you, there is an apparent entity created there called Ahankara. Your notional self. I am like this only. Purely notional. What are you really? All pervading consciousness. What do you taken myself to be? Body and mind. Therefore, you will be followed with a lot of self-judgments, notions about myself. I am like this only. And sometimes there will be, what to do, I am like this only. Then the teacher will have to be like Rajanikanth saying, Enna Raskala, mind it. Okay. What are you taking yourself to be? Can't avoid. If there is self-ignorance, if I don't know myself, I will, if I don't know myself, I will take what I am associated with as myself. No way, no two ways about it. Remember my old example? For those who are new, okay? There is this new actor. Okay? And he got a chance. He's a movie actor. You know, abroad we'll say someone is an actor. Here we'll say he is a hero because he does only hero roles. He'll never do a villain role. They're slotted. Slotted. So this guy slotted, who are the latest guys? Let us say Ranbir Kapoor. Ranbir Kapoor is some character called like that, no, isn't it? Yeah. It's a Ranbir. Supposed to be a good actor. And the ultimate is being on the stage. Because no retakes. No? There's some rehearsals only, no retakes. So this guy doesn't act on a stage. And part of the role he is supposed to be a beggar. The beggar is a hero. Or the hero is acting like a beggar there. So he's supposed to go to a restaurant. And there the bouncer pushes him out. He's supposed to fall on the ground, get up and break into a song. Duniya kya jaane and all that type of nonsense. Whatever. You know what Hindi films are like. You know. The guy is a skinny character. So this bouncer in his enthusiasm, the guy was acting like that, pushed him a bit hard. And he really fell, banged his head into the floor. And he woke up. Temporary amnesia. Will he say, I am Ranbir Kapoor, the actor, who's a rich person becoming richer by this role? Or will look at himself and say, I am dressed as a beggar, therefore I must be a beggar. And today there is no more acting, it's all real now. Song will not burst from his lips. He'll start begging. Why? He has taken what he is associated with as himself. Because you don't know who you are. Same thing happens to all of us. We don't know that we are the pure consciousness. Therefore, we will take what we are associated with, body, mind, etc., as oneself. Nobody is happy with that. Nobody is happy with that conclusion. You can talk until the cows come home about self-love, body image, acceptance. It's all relative. Nobody is truly happy. Nobody. You want to lose 5 kilos? What should I do with it? Nothing. I'll make it happen within a week. Of course I will like to. What happened to all the talk about self-love, etc.? Yeah, it is there. But if I can lose 5 kilos, want to be an inch taller? Just an inch. Yeah. Except for one person in this group. He doesn't want to be taller. He's tall enough. Nobody is happy with it. And if you take yourself as a body and mind, what happens? You will be going around enjoying karma phala. Is there a choice? Lifetimes I have lived as a jiva. Therefore, a lot of karma I have accumulated. Some of it is matured now. I have to go through it. No choice. Therefore, swadu phalam atti. Pipalam swadu atti. All the nice fruits. Some may be nice, some may be ripe, some may be bitter, some may be whatever. Life experiences you go through. And from every experience you judge yourself. I am happy, I am sad, I am successful. It is not that you are going through some happy experiences, sad experience, everything. There is a self-judgment involved. You label yourself like that. There was a fantastic movie called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I mean, the older people here may remember it. Okay. Yeah, like Dr. Patwardhan and all remember it. Our time movie, I mean, it's from 40 years back. So there, the psychologist, the therapist there, labels one person. You are very aggressive, that you get into physical confrontation. And the man looks at her and says, 4 bloody fights. You are judging me and my whole being on the fact that I got into 4 fights. That's all I got into. You are aggressive, you are violent, this, that, etc. Based on 4 fights. क्या बात है? We all do this. Especially when it comes to success and failure. So all this goes on. This is called samsara. So the ahankara, the jiva, goes through the samskara. And what are you really speaking? The consciousness that has no samskara, samsara. Absolutely no samsara. When the jiva is going through the samsara, I, the consciousness, objectifying it. The experiencer and the experienced is all objectified by me. This is not something you practice. This is a fact about yourself. Don't convert this into your practice, please. This is a fact of what you are. Anashnan abhichakashi. Am I talking? Of course I am talking. Am I talking? No, I am not talking. Where am I talking? I am the consciousness is not talking, not teaching. At the same time talking, teaching, etc. Samji, there is duality. No. One is Satyam, the other is a manifestation. The jiva is dependent on me, the consciousness. I, the consciousness, is independent of the jiva. Continuing that idea, he says, Samana vrikshe purusho anubhagnaha naishayam shochiti mukhyamanaha jushtam yada pashyati anyamisham asya mahimanam iti vitashokaha bhavati. Understood? Samana vrikshe, on the same tree, same branch, purushaha nibhagnaha. Okay. The Purusha here is the jiva. He is nibhagnaha, drowned, drowning in his sorrows. Why? Anishaya shochati mukhyamanaha. Anishaya, no control over anything. Anishaya. Tell me, what do you have control over? Not even your body. What do you really have control over? Tell me. Even if you really had control over your body, would all those difficult asanas be really difficult? How much you have to struggle to master them? Yeah. How much you have to struggle? Hand can go through bricks and everything. Wow. How much you have to struggle to get it? Sweating blood and tears for just one thought that a hand can go through bricks. You dare use a hammer, no? And a time will come when it can't. Some things will be difficult. You can't do it. There will always be a day like that. Not because of old age or something. You know, I had done my karate hand conditioning and all once upon a time. And it could go through bricks, a coconut, this, that. No issues. Then for about 6 months, I did a lot of work immersing, about 6 to 8 hours a day, immersing my hands in lubrication oil, assembling machinery with my whole hands up to my wrists immersed in lube oil, clean lube oil. After that, I tried to break a coconut. And I want the coconut is broken, but my hand is all, it's got a cut on it. Huh? How can that happen? All the lubrication oil did removed all the calluses. All the years of work gone. होता है? होता है. It happens without you even knowing it. So what do you have control over? Nothing. Really, all control is an illusion. All control is an illusion. One day you find I can't raise my hand. What happened? Go to your doctor, frozen shoulder. How did I get frozen shoulder? You got it. So, anishan nimagnaha sochati mukhyamanaha, deluded into what he really is, not knowing what he really is, immersed in his life experiences, where things seem to go haywire. He says what? Shochati. Shochati. Jushtam yada pashyati anyamisham. When he sees the other one, the anyam jushtam, when he sees who's that Isham Asya Mahimanam and all his glories, okay, iti viti shokaha bhavati. Then what does he do to become free from the whole thing? He just has to see the one, Anyaha, the other one, the real one, who's there, that pure consciousness. If he has direct vision of that person, then what? Vision of the person? Vision of yourself. Remember, both are same. Both go by the same name, I. Both go by the same name, I. So when you understand what the I really is, and the other one as being purely notional, we all give too much of reality to the ahankara, and one has to see that. One has to see that your ahankara is nothing but conceptual. This is the beginning you make. Where is ahankara really speaking? Other than a bunch of notions about yourself. Other than a bunch of self-judgments. What is it really? Try to define your functioning self. Write down all that you know about yourself. Some of it is nothing but names given to you, starting from your name onwards. You are not even consulted. Your parents wanted to name you like that, they name you like that. Finished. I'm sure many of us would like to change their names. That's how much you did when you took sannyasa. I didn't. My guru gave me the name. There also I was not consulted. I liked it, I owned it up. That's a different thing. It's a beautiful name. Name. Then other judgments based on the body. As far as I thought, there were only two genders, male, female, and because of some mistakes in nature, a transgender was there. Which, with medical development, you could convert into one or the other depending upon what their preferences are and what the body type is. XX and XY. But the Chief Justice is saying it is not absolute. I thought it was pretty straight. What you want, your mind can be funny. It can want anything. So that is your private life. Go do what you want. Who bothers? But medically speaking, you cannot question the genders. Because I find all types of characters. No, sometimes I am man, sometimes I am a woman. Don't refer to me as he or she, refer to me as they. I will do that when you start eating 3 breakfasts. I'm an influencer, I can't afford to put on weight. Then you're single or dual or the plural, what is it? Revade, all this is modern nonsense because you have the luxury of doing all these things. There is no struggle for life. If there is a struggle to live and exist and achieve and things like that, you would not be bothered about all this. No, you will really not be bothered. Anyway, this can be debated endlessly, whatever. I would prefer to go by science and things in these things. And personal choice, what you want to be, you can be. Yeah. You do be what you want, no issues. No problems. Anyway, that apart, okay, notional, conceptual, purely. This is what it is. When you say ahankara and jiva, it's purely notional, purely a concept, purely an idea. But Swamiji, I am a very responsible person. I am not too sure. Why do you call yourself responsible? Oh, all my teachers said I was responsible. My bosses say I am responsible. So that the label put on you. You know, I play a game with my youngsters where I label them various things and ask others to treat them like that. They don't know what they are labeled. And you will be amazed how they slip into that role. Intelligent guy, labeled fool, behaves like a fool within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's amazing. Labels. I'm an Indian, patriotic fervor is there. Of course, I'm willing to die for the country. But if you are born a little bit that side, you would have been a Pakistani. Thank God I was born this side. Yeah. If you are born a few kilometers that side. And you'd be brought up in the last 30 years to hate India after the 71 battle. Yeah. You'll be brought up to hate India. Ahankara. Remember, what I'm trying to say is, this is how your ahankara is formed. Notional, all of it. I am a Brahmana. Why? By an accident of birth? Really? If you are calling yourself Janma Brahmana, then it's only an accident of birth. Some bad karma to be born in Tamil Nadu as a Brahmin. Why? Everybody is out to get you. DMK, AIDMK, the Christian missionaries, Islamists, everyone is out to get you. Negative karma. Don't think it is some great positive karma. Okay? In Tamil Nadu, to be born as a Brahmin is, that's why all of them have left the country. Notional. See what this ahankara is. What you have taken yourself to, you have to see this. It's all nothing but a bundle of notions. Based on certain things like this, based on certain things you have done, based on an education you went through. Really, all of us chose our careers, isn't it? Some of us became doctors, engineers, lawyers, accountants, software specialists, special educators, whatever. Tell me, did we have really a clue what we are getting into? Did we have a clue what we are really getting into? And now, whatever we did has become self-judgment. I am like this. On the basis of some skills I picked up, basis of some education I had, I have labeled myself. Ahankara. Anisham. The more you study in a given field, the more you realize how much you don't know actually. Anything, whether it's physics or biology or medicine or grammar or psychology, law keeps changing all the time. Software, they change the language itself. Why are you changing the language? Can you not keep the language constant? Self-judgment. This is me. Anisham, nothing is in my control. What is in your control? Swamiji, that's why I decided to become independent. And what are you doing now? I'm a trader. Then every day your heart goes up and down according to the share market. Sensex, as the Sensex rises and falls, your heart also rises and falls. I'm not joking. Bombay, near the stock market, there is an India coffee house. You get good coffee there. After Matanga, you will get good coffee there. So sometimes when I am that side of town, I used to do a lot of work for Swamiji, raising funds, this, that, etc. So before going to my class, I will say, let me have a coffee and go. I have been out all day. So I will go there, sit and have a cup of coffee. And as I am sipping my coffee, I am watching people. Some of them are, I made a killing today. Some of them are in tears. Nuksan bahut ho gaya hai. Half the time it is notional losses, notional gains. I made 10 lakhs. Have you sold that share? No. Then you are not made 10 lakhs. It's only when you share it will you get, when you sell it, you will get that 10 lakhs in hand. Otherwise, notional gain. I lost 10 lakhs. Again, notional. Only if you sell, you have lost it. If you hold on to it, you have not lost it. You'll pick up again. On a notional loss and gain, your emotional state is being, I made a killing or I lost everything. Really? Why I am saying all this is to understand your functioning self, what you call as I in normal day-to-day work, how silly the whole thing is. Yeah, it's necessary to go through all these things. I'm not saying no to that. I'm not saying so tomorrow drop all these roles, sadhu ban jao. You will do the same thing there. This happens when people take sannyasa early. I have a term for it, which now among the Arsha teachers is quite popular, well known. I call it Mahatma Giri. What is Mahatma Giri? Like Dadagiri? You're throwing a weight around. Same way, I'm a Mahatma. I have to act like this, I have to do like that, I don't know. Yeah, taking sannyasa was for freedom. Now you are tying yourself down with 1001 rules and expecting others to treat you like that. Same thing. What you did in life, you are doing here also. Swamiji bola, Maharaj kyun nahi bola? Thank God he called you Swamiji, not just Swami. Oh, gee, he showed you some respect. Na? Be happy. All functioning. You know, when I wear this brighter color, which is not my normal color, and I go for a walk, suddenly I found unknown people are saying, "Oh, Samji." I don't know the character. Who's this guy? Then I realized, oh, this color is more oranges. Iske liye for the color of what I'm wearing, I'm getting that. So I also say, oh, oh. Guy is acknowledging address, let me acknowledge him back. Itna hi hai. Tomorrow if I wear slightly more brownish, he may not do the same. Does it really matter? Some of the kids who come to me, they call me uncle. And their mothers will say, Swamiji, not uncle. So I say, relax, it's okay. I'm Swami uncle to all of them. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Does it really matter? It's all based on your jiva. Atma is not taken sannyasa. Atma need not take sannyasa. This is a functioning role, peculiar role. You drop most of the roles with that. You're wearing a uniform of a teacher, that's all, nothing more. Kuch nahi hai. But the self-judgment that follows. And then what you have to do to be free from the whole thing? Know yourself. Atmanam Pashyan, he says that, no? Pashyan, I am Isham, Asya Mahimanam, Vita Shokaha Bhavati. You know yourself as what you really are. Vita Shokaha Bhavati. You are free from all your sense of finitude. The unwept grief in every heart. The unwept grief. One is the grief that is because of situations, etc. And that happens because you have a grief inside. I am this much only. My sense of finitude, my existential angst of isolation, loneliness, etc. That is the unwept grief. And it is out of that all human pursuits come. Why do you want to achieve something? Because I feel I am nothing. Why do you want a relationship? Because I am lonely. You are in harmony with the whole cosmos. What loneliness are you talking about? I don't see it myself like that. I see myself as an isolated entity. I see myself as an isolated entity. Therefore, what is the solution? Not what you do, what you are, what you be. You recognize what you really are. That's the only solution that is there. Atmanam Pashyati, Vita Shokaha Bhavati. Free from all this unwept grief in your heart, at one stroke you are free. No more isolated. Everything that is there happens in you, consciousness alone. As you sit here, you sit on every planet in the universe. You are no more a finite entity. In fact, the whole creation is in you. You are not in the creation as a created entity. You are the basis for the whole creation. What finitude is there? What isolation is there? What loneliness is there? Nothing. Complete freedom. Complete freedom. This is only freedom that is. There is no other freedom. All other freedoms are circumstantial, finite, etc. Yeah, what other freedom is there? It's all relative. Any other freedom is relative. Even if you are a Neem Karoli Baba. Have you all heard of Neem Karoli Baba? Became very popular after Steve Jobs and everyone went, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them came to meet him. Came to the ashram, they couldn't meet him. They're too young to have met him. You know how he got his name, Neem Karoli? He was traveling by train, he didn't have a ticket. Sadhu, eh? There are times when I have also had to travel like that when I was in Rishikesh. In fact, I had to go to the counter and ask for a ticket. They'll say, to go to Haridwar from Rishikesh. You're a sadhu, you don't need ticket. Go on the train. Those days, not now. So this guy was traveling. So the TC came. He said, I don't have a ticket. So then you'll get off at the next station. I said, okay. Sadhu, eh? It's okay. So he got off at the next station. That station was Neem Karoli. Okay. He got off and he sat on the bench there. What to do? He doesn't have money for a ticket. But the train would not start. The train, somehow, something it wouldn't start. They called the engineer, they called the... not starting. Then on the same train, the local district magistrate was supposed to travel from that place. He said, what happened? He said, nothing, train is not starting. He said, what did you all do? Nothing, we just took this guy without a ticket. Couple of people were there, we took them out. That magistrate looked at him and said, please ask him to get back onto the train. So they came to him, said, we are sorry, please get back on the train. He says, I will get back on the train on the condition that you will treat all sadhus who are traveling with respect. Yeah, we promise you that. He got on the train and the train started. So that's how he got the name Neem Karoli Baba. Even if you are like that, your powers are limited or not. You could make a train start or stop, that's all, no? I wonder whether he really did it or it was coincidental. He didn't claim to have done it, okay. Sadhus won't. Why will you inconvenience everyone? You will rather take the inconvenience yourself. But he got the name like that. But all this is functioning, and functioning is highly limited anyway. If you go and ask him, Maharaji, you're a great man. Please get rid of all the hunger in the world, no? Or at least in this state, you think he'll be able to do it? Prarabdha of the individuals are there. You can't overcome that. You can't overcome that. They have to go through that. You can give a helping hand. Yes, if there is hunger in this thing and you can give a helping hand, please do. Functioning, it's all limited because that's your mithya self, the functioning self, your transactional self, your conceptual self, bound to be limited. What you really are is that limitlessness itself. So, what happens when you gain the wisdom? With the understanding that you are limitless, you function as a limited being. You wear the dress of finitude and you are functioning in the world. All of you become like phantom to wear the dress of an ordinary man and walk the streets of Denkali. So similarly, you will be wearing the dress of an ordinary person and walking the streets of this world to see what's happening. You are the limitless consciousness. What are you doing now? Samsar ka khel dekh raha ho. Watching the game of samsara. Aur kya? Yeah. You're free. Others are suffering. Can you do anything about it? Teach. If they ask for it. create a circumstances where they will want to know it. Reach out so they can ask, and then you teach. You mean everyone is ready to learn? No way. No way. We are not ready to learn. Like one of my friends who is a teacher of Vedanta, good teacher. She wanted to introduce her younger sister to the whole thing. And the younger sister told her, I am not ready for all this. I want to have at least 2-3 lives of more enjoyment in the world. Only then I will go for moksha, not before that. She's a bhogi, what to do? What she wants to really enjoy life is discover Ananda, but that she doesn't see. She only sees the bhokta part of it. It's okay. Let her go through that. After 2-3 lifetimes, she'll come back to this. Where will she go? You're fine then. You don't have the limitations of not being able to teach also. Okay. Think about it. Good place to stop. More of this. There's more nuances to this. We will see that next class. Okay. Om Tat Sat.